Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 62 and today I am starting things off in this tiny little hole right here. For those of you who have seen the previous episode of Hermitcraft, you will know that I didn't just build something in Grian's base. Now I was AFK under the water for about a day, I believe. So hopefully there should be some chickens in this area here. And... nice. Okay, so it looks like my little system has worked quite nicely. I'm just gonna leave that running. I mean, it's actually, I think it might be a little bit too good in that it's given away its location quite nicely. So I imagine Grian is going to find this pretty swiftly and continue to not build something in my base in retaliation. Oh my word! I have just realised though that I loaded up my base as well, which means that Grian's chicken dispenser has also been doing the rounds. You know what? I think it's time to get rid of these once and for all. Huh! No way! Ugh. Oh, I feel funny. Something's happened where I suddenly have a massive compulsion to fire eggs into other people's bases. I don't know what the head's doing to me. Clearly this thing is dangerous and I don't really want it, whereas Iskalls seems to need chicken heads for some bizarre reason, so I think I'm going to give it to him. He is never on time. I mean, oh, I've just thought of something. I know what I'm going to do when he arrives. Ah, there is the man himself. I don't really have one, lol. I just... What? I'm just kidding, dude. But what's his face? He's had some... He's... What? What? I don't know. I don't understand what's happened to Iskalls' face. I mean, he's really let himself go over the Christmas period. Oh gosh, to get that away from me. Anyway, okay, moving swiftly on from that one because I never want to think about that again. This villager trading hall that we built in the previous episode of Hermitcraft. So this is our new design. It's pretty fancy. It's vertical. It's going to be shooting villagers up through it, and then they're going to kind of Donkey Kong their way back down. I think it's fantastic. I'm really excited to get this working. But of course, we need some way to actually get villagers. So we currently have 4. They're chilling down here. And I'm going to try my best to make a little bootleg villager breeder. I think that's what I'm going to do to start things off. To just get enough villagers to make a decent villager breeder so that we can then build this thing. That idea has kind of gone out the window because I've actually found quite a cool design for a relatively simple and potentially decent villager breeder. This design by Frillioth seems to be a pretty good setup. So if we just throw some food in here, then that should be picked up by these villagers and they should just start throwing it back and forth. And that means that they should then be willing to start breeding. I think. Okay, clearly their inventories are full with food. So now we just wait and see if there's any love hearts. I mean, I want to make sure it works before I actually build something. There we go! I saw some love hearts. Love hearts happened. There it is! Are we about to get a baby? They both seem to love heart at exactly the same time. I'm feeling positive about this. I'm feeling slightly less positive now, but I'm back feeling kind of positive. That looks good. This looks good. Oh, come on. I mean, you can work a little bit harder than that. Keep it going. I mean, seriously, how difficult is it? Was that a baby? Is there one in the mix? I can't see. Cool, blimey, we got there in the end. Okay, so a little fella's dropped out, he's been picked up, and he has now shot off into the distance. Perfect. Okay, so this thing is actually going to work. Brilliant. really nice and simple. Actually quite a cool looking structure too. So let's pop back onto the Hermitcraft server. And of course a link to this design can be found down in the description. It's actually a really good video, so check it out. Now I think this build itself is actually going to be its own separate structure. So we're going to have this one over here, and then we're going to have this building, and then we'll have kind of pipelines which send the villagers in between, and then we're also going to have food or carrots and potatoes pumped in over from this area occasionally to take them over into this section too. So we'll have a pipeline going across there. Essentially this is all going to end up looking really nice and industrial, which as you guys know, big fan of. Okay, so the bottom section has now been all constructed. So it is now time to actually grab one of these little fellas. Now I'm guessing, I mean they should... Okay, yep, we're all in here. So if we just try our best not to kill the villager. Okay, that's my main goal with this, is to not kill my passenger here. I instantly caused him damage. He hit his head on that. Okay, well, okay, bad start. But I need to transport this little fella over. And then I'm going to need to piston him up into this system. So if we just place this here, oh my word, this is gonna be, yeah, the opposite of enjoyable, I reckon. Oh yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be really difficult. Oh my word. I've managed to get him on land, and now what I think I'm going to do is make use of blocks that I have in my inventory, and I am just going to pillar this dude up. And he can then, I guess we can actually create kind of like a pathway up at the top here. You know, this could end up being actually quite easy, because if we can get him onto that level, then then we can just kind of push him straight across. And goodbye boats. And then this guy just, oh, I've got him, I've stuck him in a corner. How is it that I do that every single time I start working with villagers? Because then you have to drop this down, and the chances are he's probably going to try and run out. Oh. Right, let's try that again. So we push him, push him, push him. Nice. Okay, number one, number two over there. Let's go get him. In you go, sir. Hopefully you will be a little bit less stressful. That's actually a farmer, which is, I guess that could have been useful, but he's going in the breeder. And now they're kind of bobbing up and down. I think this is where I push this thing across. Yep, it does seem to be, so hopefully... Yeah, once I've done that, that really stops them from bobbing around. I can't help but notice that they are literally on one another at this point in time, so I think I need to use snowballs to sort them out, even if this looks really hilarious. And... there, that worked first time. I mean, this project is going really smoothly. Really smoothly. Next section is ready for its villager. So that one is going to be going up at the top there. And that's the one that's actually going to be detecting our doors. So it's essentially going to be making the village. Now, I'm hoping... Yes, okay. This definitely feels precarious. Thankfully, we have a spare just in case everything goes wrong. But he has to make his way over here. Oh! How's he done that? How did he get that close to the edge? Oh my... I don't know what to do. I can barely even place a block under him. I literally can't place a block under him. Alright. That was ridiculous. He just popped out the boat and just went half off the block. Anyway, after that slight panic situation, this thing is now all fully constructed. So I've got all of the blocks up at the top. We've got the villager. We've got these two villagers down here, which are going to be breeding. This thing is now all done. All I have to do now is get myself some carrots, and we can chuck those into the system, and we'll see if they start breeding. And that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why do I always turn up to places with just rubbish in my inventory? We can probably get rid of the boat too. Okay, so that should be enough to fill up both of the villagers' inventories with food, which means that they should be totally willing to breed. You know, I've realised I keep thinking I'm seeing love hearts when it's actually the redstone coming off of this lever right here. I keep getting really excited. And then, yeah, realizing that that's not actually it. Right, now I just have to sit and wait for actual love hearts. What feels like 18 years later, there it is! I just saw them! There it is! We have got some action happening. Wicked! Okay, so this thing is working. We have got a villager breeder set up in the base. The first one of this Hermitcraft season. Nice, we've nailed it. Okay, let's set up the pickup system that is then going to transport them into this trader, and we can actually get this trading hall set up and ready to work in today's Hermitcraft episode. That'd be amazing. So the good news is that the redstone is in place. Everything's been built. These guys are going to shoot across. Well, what we've got is we've got a little buffer system. Then when we eventually do get a villager, it will be transported across like this, up here, shot into this water stream, and then it will make its way up. Bad news is that we still don't have a baby villager. Still. Yeah, I don't know about that one. This entire system has completely collapsed in on itself. Oh, yeah, that's probably where the water... Remember the water incident with me trying to get the polar bear? Yeah, no. Yeah, that's where all my items have been going. I've been wondering where some of this has disappeared to. All of this iron is being spent on minecarts so that we can actually have a decent number of villagers stored. Have we sold any end rods yet? Yes, we have. Someone's paid a weird amount. They've paid 2 diamonds for 4 stacks. Fair enough. Whoa. So I was reading through the comments the other day, and I think there are rival melon and pumpkin stores in this area here. Now, I haven't seen the pumpkin one yet, but the melon store is so cool. Look at this. Oh, there, yeah, so there's pumpkins. 8 stacks for 1 diamond. I can't remember how much I'm charging, but I think I'm charging more than that. This is the cool. I'm not even mad though. This is the coolest store ever. Oh, yes, that. Oh, we've got 2 of them. Hang on. There is a chance that there was a baby villager in there, but he was just sat in the corner and I hadn't noticed. If that's the case, that is a tiny bit embarrassing. So, funny story. Killed the first baby villager that we got. Okay, it's kind of not my fault. Oh no, we're about to kill another one. See, here's the thing. I forgot to place in the soul sand into the bottom here. I think once we get that in, then yeah, this thing seems to work quite nicely. So if we push this guy into the corner now with water, he'll then be picked up by the minecart, be transported across, and then shoot up. Let's see. And go. Alright. He's going across. Up we go. Green's just flying past. And I think that guy's just dropped into the system. Yeah. So there he is. Now, of course, he is only a baby villager at this point in time. But when he grows up, he'll be a full-grown villager just sat there in the system right there. And we'll get rows and rows of them. This entire thing is working. And these guys can't stop breeding. So look, we've just got ourselves a little baby white coat. Oh, this is such a satisfying system. This is so satisfying. Honestly, this is so cool. Although I have just realised that we haven't lit up any of the villager trading area, so I should probably do that before zombies come in and destroy all of our fresh ones. And actually, our white coat has just grown up. So we can check out what trade he is rocking to start off with. It's a cartographer, not exactly brilliant. Anyway, let's move on from that onto... I'll be honest, I haven't really thought this far ahead. I don't really know what to do with this villager, so I think I'm just going to leave him. That was the creepiest look I've ever seen in my life. That was like something out of a horror film. Make it stop. Oh no. No, we've got ourselves a He can't stay in the base. I'm not keeping a villager that does stuff like that. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, I thought it would be a good idea to pop through into this building here and take a look at the things that are required. So, we did the green. We did that. They need so much black concrete, and that's something that I can't really make a dent on. White concrete powder. Cyan terracotta. I would have been good for that. White wool. I can contribute that. Light grey concrete powder. I can also potentially contribute on that one. One that I can definitely contribute on is blue carpet. So yeah, let's fill in though. For anyone who sat there completely confused as to what I was going on about there, the nether hub is being completely reconstructed. And as you can see, so this gigantic area, in fact, the tab screen, you see those numbers next to your name? That's how many blocks in this area have been mined out by you. So you can see I've got just over 20,000. I think I'd like to hit 50,000. So we'll do another mining session at some point in the near future. But yeah, all of this space is being cleared out, and then they're building something absolutely enormous, which requires tons and tons of resources. So it's kind of like a Hermitcraft wide mission to help out and try and contribute what you can, essentially. So you know, I said, oh yeah, I can do the blue carpet easy. That's easy. I don't have any string. And for every single season of Hermitcraft I've ever done, I've always had loads and loads of string, because obviously I've always had a mob farm. I don't have any. I have none. I don't know what to do with myself now. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 stacks of that. Lime terracotta. I can totally nail that too, because we have got plenty of bones, we have plenty of cactus green, and I've got plenty of terracotta. Right, let's do it. Turns out we actually have tons of cactus green. I never found out how many stacks do we need of this. I'm the worst at gathering resources for this thing. I think it was, I can't even remember, was it 16 stacks? I don't know. It actually was 16 stacks, and that scared me and also impressed me. I feel like I might be smarter than I thought. And there we go. That is that. Okay, green concrete powder. Okay, so those are the ones that I did. What else we got? Dyes. Light blocks. I don't really have a source of those. I might have actually reached my limit of things that I can provide for this system. Yeah, I think I've reached... Yeah, there's no way that I can contribute anything that is monochrome, essentially. So here's the situation. I have a free hour to record this video, and I have a couple minutes left at the end of today's Hermitcraft episode, and I thought it would be fun to ask those of you on Twitter what I should do with this time. This could get weird. Literally everyone has said a prank so far. It's so predictable. And I think some of you are greatly overestimating how much I can do in 1 hour. People are saying things like, build a new farm. And it's just like, what are you talking about? I can't do that within 60 minutes. Okay, so far the only sensible suggestion has been to check my mailbox and... Thank you. Thank you to the person that suggested that. I got 27 diamonds out of it. Hang on, let me find them. I'm sorry, I'm really struggling to say your name, but Kamei Blue? This one's for you. Well, that wasn't... That's like the least satisfying thing ever. I didn't even see it drop. Iskalls85 has said the destruction of all your diorite, which... could be about to happen accidentally! Ow! Blimey. How did it... Oh, he must have spawned there. We need to light that up. Anyway, do I have any diorite? I actually do have some diorite. Okay, I'm going to destroy that. Sort of. I mean, not really. I'm taking it over to Iskalls' base, and he can destroy it for me. I think the first structure can go over here. Wait a second. Seems like there's a lot of diorite over here. Anyway, here is our diorite block. So that is chilling out right there. That's very unexciting looking. Don't worry, we are going to spruce things up just a tiny bit, in theory, by popping into the shopping district and just buying a handful of blocks. The thing is, I actually want this to be a bit of an experience. I don't want it to just be boring mining out all of the blocks, so we're going to make this interesting. Now, how much yellow have we got? Okay, a decent amount. Does anyone sell concrete? I feel like nobody's actually selling concrete at this point in time. Alright, I get... Oh, I could use glass. Yeah, I actually think that'll look quite cool. So I would say 3 stacks of each. Nice! This is looking good. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit more like it. So, we have got some little demolition warnings around this thing. That's very nice, that's very nice. Okay, so, next up, I am going to, well, first off, we're going to have to get some signs, and we're going to have to chuck them around this thing, just letting Iskalls know that this is ready for demolition. And then, of course, we're going to have to provide him with some TNT. You told me to destroy my diorite, but I am not qualified. So, as the only certified Dioro destroyer, I leave it to you. 64 TNT, nice little hole in the middle for the TNT to fall into, and a gigantic area of diorite for Mr. Iskalls to gradually make his way through with the TNT. Now, Iskalls, if you're watching this, okay, one piece of TNT at a time, because I know, I can already feel it. You're going to hold down the right click button and then you will destroy your base. Please don't do that. I don't want to be responsible for that. In fact, I'll send him a message. Anyway, I am now going to bury myself in a hole in the ground and try my best to get as many villagers as possible from this little villager breeder. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is actually all I've got time for today. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this episode on the Hermitcraft server, first one of 2019. It's been a lot of fun. If you have enjoyed, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.